Hi and welcome along to AFTV. Now, time to preview the game Arsenal versus Burnley. Now, for the first time in many a year, lots of Arsenal fans are looking forward to the first game of the season. Not that we're not normally looking forward to the game, but normally around the first game, and when I say the first game, I mean the first home game of the season, a lot of fans are like, they're moaning, basically, because normally the transfer window's finished. We've either got nobody in, we brought in somebody with a broken back, or a goalkeeper, that was it. Or you know how the drill has been down the years. However, this year, we've done some brilliant transfer business. David Luiz, Pepe, Ceballos, Martinelli, you know, and everybody's really excited to come along and see these guys. And I just think it's brilliant. It's brilliant that fans really want to be at this game. I mean, I've had so many people getting in contact with me all week. Robbie, you know, anyone who's got a ticket, got to get to that game. You don't normally get that after the first game. Normally it's like, Robbie, do you know who's got any banners? You know what I mean? Because we ain't bought no one, and why didn't we spend any money? And listen, throughout the summer, we were asking the owners to listen, show us that you care, show us that you want to build a team to win. And in all fairness to them, with the limited budget they have pulled off a great transfer window. You could argue that Arsenal had the best transfer window of all the teams in the Premier League. And when was the last time you could say that? So we're looking forward to it. And also add to that the fact that we won our first game, kept a clean sheet, and won away from home. What's this, Christmas? Right? That can all quickly come to an end, though, if we do not beat Burnley. And we've got a brilliant record against Burnley. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be a tough game. Burnley got some good players. We know about their defenders, always very strong in defence, always a real gritty team, hard to break down, managed by Sean Dyche, of course. He sets his teams up to be very, very difficult to beat. Then going forward, they've got a couple of good players. Chris Wood, you know, dynamic, real sort of old-fashioned centre forward. Ashley Barnes, who always likes to wind up the Arsenal fans, scored against us last year, scored 2 goals last week in their excellent 3-0 win over Southampton. So it's not going to be an easy game. However, we have got a brilliant record against Burnley. I think it's the last 10 games we're unbeaten against them. I think we've won 9 of those. You know, so brilliant record against Burnley. If you ever wanted a team to play at home, it's Burnley, really. It's going to be a tough game, but normally you win. So I'm really super confident that we can get a win, and I'm so really looking forward to seeing some of those new players playing. However, we've got to take this game seriously. We know what it's like. If you take any team in the Premier League lightly, you know what will happen. You will come a cropper, especially a team like Burnley that, as I said, are well drilled by Sean Dyche and will be coming to try and get at least a point. I'm going to walk over here by this whiteboard here, and I'm going to give you what I think the team should be. This is my starting 11 for the game that I would like to see. Now, of course, in goal this season, his name's going to be the first name always on the team sheet unless he's injured, and that is Bernd Leno. Number 1 goalkeeper now at Arsenal, now that Cech has gone. No worries about that. Then I'm just going to put MK here for speed, right? Maitland-Niles, right? Had a brilliant game last week. Had the assist for the goal. Fantastic interception. Sprinted, showed some brilliant pace down that wing and put in a great ball for Aubameyang, who scored that winning goal. I thought he had a fantastic game. A little bit shaky at the start, but he really grew into it, and definitely no problem with Maitland-Niles being in there for that game. Here we have a little bit of an issue. Now, do you go with Callum Chambers or do you go with David Luiz? Callum Chambers, he had a great game against Newcastle. Was solid, didn't put a foot wrong. Or do you go with David Luiz? Luiz gets it for me. I want to see David Luiz play, man. Sorry. Callum, you've had a great game, but I want to get this guy in as soon as possible. I think he's going to be a very important player for Arsenal. It's at home. First home game of the season. Fans will be excited to see David Luiz. I want to get him in. And if he's not having a great game, if he blows out after a while, he can bring Chambers in. Next to him, got to be Socrates. Didn't do anything wrong last week. And it's the partnership I want to see really build up. And then on the left-hand side, Tierney's still not fit. It's got to be Monreal. Also, you could put Kolasinac there, I suppose. But even though he's available after all the problems he's had, I would put in Monreal. Moving into the midfield area, could put in Torreira, I suppose. Whew. Again, this is becoming a problem, which is great to see. I'm going to put like a 3 in the midfield with Xhaka in there. Willock, who I thought was superb last week. And I'm going to go a bit different here. I'm going attack. Ozil in there. I want to see Ozil spraying the ball around. It might not be Ozil. It probably might, he might stick with a similar team as what he had last week. But I'd love to see Ozil in there. If he's fit, you've got to have Laka in there, Lacazette. On that right-hand side, Aubameyang. Scored, of course, last week, looking really, really sharp. Can interchange. And then Pepe. I want to see Nicolas Pepe. It looks a good team, doesn't it? That does look a good team. So Leno in goal, right back Maitland-Niles, David Luiz, Socrates, Nacho Monreal, Joe Willock, Granit Xhaka, Mesut Ozil to supply the bombs for these three. The deadly trio up front, Aubameyang, Lacazette and Nicolas Pepe. I know it's a very attacking team. You might see him not start with Pepe because obviously he's had limited time. There's also a question mark on Luiz, whether he'll go with him or Chambers. But I think a lot of those other players you will see starting that game. So looking forward to the game. Would love to know what your starting lineup is. Please leave it in the comments and let me know. I will try to respond to as many of them as possible. I know I'm being getting criticised for not doing that. But put your starting lineup. My cameraman's laughing because he's been one of the people criticising me, right? But put your comments. Let us know what you think your starting lineup would be. But I am buzzing for the game. Arsenal versus Burnley. Going to give a prediction for the game as well. 3-1 Arsenal.